How do you deal with customers who want you to use their cleaning products or their multi-level marketing cleaning products instead of your own? That is a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com, where we have a whole host of resources of different products and cleaning supplies and cleaning chemicals. And we have a bunch of resources that will help you if you're a do-it-yourselfer or if you're a professional house cleaner. So check out the resources at mycleaningconnection.com. All right, on to today's show, which is from a house cleaner who has this question.
How do I handle clients who insist that I use their homemade products or an MLM cleaning product that just isn't as effective as my regular ones? I have to spend a lot more time when I use those products, and time is money.
All right, this is a house cleaner frequently asked question. It comes up all the time. How do I deal with a customer who wants me to use their product instead? All right, so here's the thing. If you hired a professional landscaper to come over and mow your yard, and when he got to your house, you said, well, wait, before you mow my yard, I don't want you to use that big riding lawnmower that you guys stand behind and ride along because it's too noisy. I want you to use my little push mower because it's quieter. And I got a kid in the house sleeping. Can you do that? It's ludicrous, right? They have a system of the way that they do things. And the reason they use the equipment that they do is because it's proven and it's tried and they know exactly how it's going to operate. They don't use your little hand mower on a regular basis. They don't know how it operates. And even though they do that for a living, it's a different product. And so they're not going to be able to do the job in the same amount of time, and they're not going to be efficient. Now, if you are paying your landscaper by the hour, you might think twice about him using your little push mower versus the great big ride behind mower that he has, right? And the 2 or 3 people that come with him and they have the earbuds on and they have the blowers and the edgers and all that stuff, they have equipment that they use because they do this all day, every day. They have it down to a science. They have it down to a system. Before they get to your house, they know who is going to be edging the yard, who is going to be doing the blowing, who is going to be doing the aerating and all those things. They have that all figured out. It's the same when a house cleaner comes to your house. So for you to show up and say, well, listen, I found this amazing product that my friend recommended to me, and they're selling this online, and they would like, for me to purchase it every month or something. So can you use this cleaning product? For the most part, guess what? The cleaning products that you're going to find in a multi-level marketing company, they're fantastic products. For the most part, they're really, really great. Most multi-level marketing companies are members of the Direct Selling Association, and they have to go through so many trial and errors and tests and vetting and all this stuff in order to be a part of the Direct Selling Association and to have their products on a national or international scale. So most of the products are really good products, quite frankly. But if you have not been trained in them, then they're not going to work the same for you. And it's going to cost a whole lot more money for those products because everybody that's involved in the process along the way makes a little bit of money. So those products are marked up really high. Now, my suggestion for you is this. If there's a customer that insists on you using a product for whatever reason, I would try to find out from the customer why. Why are you insisting that you hire me as the professional and I'm showing up as the expert and then you have new cleaning supplies that I have not been trained in? Why is that? And if it's for them to have you sell their products to their other customers and then you become a distributor and all these things, that's just a sales tactic, okay? That has nothing to do with the cleaning itself. What you might recommend is, hey, when I come, I will do things my way, and then when I leave, you can maintain everything with the products that you think are so fantastic. Is that fair? And most of them will say yes. That's like if you had a lawn mowing company come once a month, and when they came, they used their equipment, and then on the other 3 weeks, if you mowed your yard yourself with your own little hand mower, right? So there are ways around that. Now, there are some products on the market. I don't want to say that they're inferior, but they don't work as advertised. And so that's really key to know. And so in our private Facebook group, and if you're not a member and you're a professional house cleaner, meaning you exchange money for house cleaning, and you are a pro and you're expanding your business and you're learning and all these things, come over to our group and ask people, hey, has anybody had a chance using this product? Because there are products that come up all the time. Hey, there's this great new product. They're like, no, they have a fancy advertisement, but the product is just crap. And people will tell you that use it every day because as house cleaners, we get to be inside people's homes. and we get to try a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is just fancy advertising. Now, there are some stuff on the market, products, that when you try them, you're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And then those also make their way back to the group where people are like, hey, have you checked this out? And then they get really excited about it, and everybody goes out and they run out and they buy, versions of it at their local supermarket or online or wherever it is. And then they try it out and they take before and after pictures and they post their stories and all these things. So if a customer is insistent on you using their product, first and foremost, find out why. What is the real motivation behind this? Is it because you think that the wood furniture that you have can only be treated with this particular chemical? And if that's the case, maybe they know something about the wood furniture that you don't know. And so I would hear them out. I'd say, please share with me what it is. And if it's a valid offer, you could certainly give it a try. Now, if it's a product that you're unfamiliar with and they insist that you use it and you want to give it a try, then my suggestion is that you sign some kind of a waiver or have a disclaimer that now I'm using your products and I am not trained on your products. And so if something malfunctions and it leaves spots or it leaves stains or it removes some of the varnish, or I've heard horror stories over the years. If it does any of these things, then I'm not responsible and my insurance doesn't kick in and buy you a new sofa. Because there are people who will insist that you use a particular cleaning chemical with the intention of suing you for, money or whatever. There are some people out there that do things like this. But if they sign a waiver that says they are fully responsible, that takes that option off the table. So yes, you can try new things. And as an ever-growing, ever-learning house cleaner, I've loved trying new products, especially if it's not at my expense. The worst thing is if I got to go out and buy 30 new bottles of something to try them all out. If a customer has something and they're like, hey, try this out, that might be my new favorite thing. There was a lady that turned me on to Sprayway. It's a glass cleaner. It's just foam. And there are a lot of opportunities to use that when it makes more sense than using a regular spray. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, where have I been? This is amazing, right? So there are customers that have some really great things that they will introduce you to. And as a house cleaner, you get to try them out. So just be smart about the opportunities and make sure that you cover your bases so that you don't have a lawsuit waiting around the next corner. That's my 2 cents for today. Alrighty, until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.